Hey kids, it's me, David. Just gonna do a quick video response here to the Atheist challenge from a theist to you. Indeed. So yeah. To all of my subscribers out there who are of the Christian persuasion or any sort of religious or faith persuasion, don't take this to heart. It's not meant that way, and I'm not attacking your beliefs, really. I'm not. This is just my beliefs, and yeah, well. So yeah. If you think you would be offended, turn the video off now. It's better that way that I don't annoy you. Just turn it off. Otherwise, keep watching. Actually, it would be good to get a few responses back. So yeah. Okay, first question. Are there absolute truths? And if so, what are they and how are they absolute? I just made points here. Absolute truths, and if so, what are they and how can they be absolute? Well, I suppose an absolute truth would be that I'm called David. So therefore, yes. And how can they be absolute? Because I was named David. If you're meaning about science and can there be absolute truth in science? No, because everything's based on theories. Like everything they teach you in school about sort of how everything is made up in an atom and stuff, that's all crap. You go to university, you learn that all of it is crap. Everything you learned is crap. Atoms, electrons, the nucleus, they don't exist. It's all waves and in fact, even if you go to university, unless you do a master's course, you're still not gonna get it. But anyway, yeah. So in science, no, everything's based on theory. Theory that, like, possibilities that fit in with the facts, with the current knowledge that you have. Anyway, moving on. 12 questions. But yes, absolute truths. Simple things. Like, this is a mobile phone. Here and now, it is a mobile phone. In the future, it'll be a mobile phone. It'll always be a mobile phone. Yes, there'll be changes to the mobile phone market. In the past, there were no mobile phones, but it's still a mobile phone. Or a cell phone, whatever the hell you call it. Yes, so moving on. Question 2. Many atheists believe that the universe is the only eternal thing, never changing, matter will never disappear. Do you believe this? Right. The universe is the only eternal thing? No. It was created about 14 billion years ago. Our sun was created about 6 billion years ago, and will die in the next 6 billion. The Earth, however, will be long gone before then. But yeah. The universe is never changing. It's constantly changing. Science proves that using redshift, which is to do with hydrogen atoms and sort of use light. There's no simple way to explain it, but basically everything is moving further away. Like the universe is being stretched out. And we're also moving at the same, well, not the same speed. I don't know. I think everything further away is moving faster, and the stuff behind us is moving slower, and we're moving at a certain speed, so everything is sort of becoming more and more spaced out. I don't know what it's spacing out into, but it is spacing out. And matter never disappears. Einstein said that this doesn't matter, but still energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Matter cannot be created nor destroyed. Change into other forms. You can't create those two things. then you sort of go back to, well, what happened before the Big Bang? Because there was nothing. I don't know if the Big Bang was... See, there's the theory that the universe is, as you know, the Big Bang, it all blew out, and it's slowing down. Some people think that once it'll eventually stop, and then it'll all come back in itself. And there's also another theory that would follow on from that, saying that once it hits back into itself, it'll keep going out and back in, and keep doing that for eternity. So yeah, where was I going for that? Yeah. So it could just be that matter condenses into like the size of a pea, the whole universe into the size of a pea, or grain of sand. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Question 3: how can you be an atheist without absolute proof for everything? Yeah, I was saying that to be an atheist you have to know absolutely everything, and the example you gave was if someone came up to you and said God lives behind that star, prove he doesn't, and you couldn't, therefore you can't be an atheist. One of your later questions also asks about faith. Yeah, I have faith that God doesn't exist, because there is no proof that he does, and there's so much proof that he doesn't. So if you weigh the two up, you kinda have to go with the one that says, yeah, chances are he doesn't exist. And at a point in history, there was so little to know that there were just scientists. There weren't physicists, there weren't biologists, there weren't chemists. There were just scientists who knew everything, like absolutely everything there was to know about the universe. That's why you had religion that explained, and that's why even before all that you had multiple gods, or like fairies that did this and that and all that sort of crap, because you couldn't explain it yourself. Now with science and education and just understanding, you can say that wood isn't made out of fire, water, earth and light. Light isn't actually one of them. Earth, no, earth, fire, water, air. Oh, I got them. But yeah, that just, you don't. Anyway, moving on. Question 4: what is good and moral? That is a wide question, my friend. What is good and moral? Well, good could be a number of things. Good could be doing a good deed, like giving to charity, doing things that are morally accepted by the general public, that yes, this person is in need, therefore you would help them out. Good could also mean that here's a lollipop. It's a pen, I know, but here's a lollipop. It tastes good. What is moral? Moral is just, well, actually, ethics are what is accepted by the community and that you live in, because they change from community to community depending on the people in it. But your morals are your own personal beliefs and your own personal ethics. They're like rules that you live by. Anyway, question 5. With no ultimate, well, this is my interpretation of what you said. With no ultimate punishment or any way to meet your maker, as in God or the big man upstairs or whatever, is it not right just to make yourself happy or to do anything to survive? Well, then you get into the whole what is right. and who is right. But then that would mean that Christians only behave like they do, and that's paints a broad picture. Like, there are Christians who will murder, rape, like kill. I already said that. It's early in the morning and I'm a tad worse for wear, but still, I'm answering this. Christians do bad things. Everyone does bad things. It's human nature to just sort of do what you want. But usually you hold back if it's something bad. Usually. Is it right to do anything to make yourself happy? Well, you said if you're a paedophile, is it not right to rape a small child because it feels good? No. Morally unacceptable. Socially unacceptable. And, no. Just wrong. Okay, question 6, I should really speak faster because it's going to be a very long video. Universe is perfect from an outside perspective. Is it more likely... Alright, sorry. Sorry, that's not what you said. You said that if you were an outsider, say, someone from another dimension or something like that, and you saw our universe in the way it is, that it's so finely tuned, so perfect, that it supports human life and all that sort of stuff, and all the physical constants, universal constants, like gravity and all that sort of stuff, are that finely tuned that it works? Is it more likely to be created by an all-powerful being or a result of random occurrence? Well, on first notice, if it was like again, like say, compare the universe to a phone. This phone's coming in handy today. Well, in this video. Phone, you look at it, it works. Okay, yes, I know it's been made, but because it works, on first appearance, you're like, look at that. It does work. It must have been made and created to do that perfectly. But look at us. Look at plants that have adapted, animals that have adapted, insects that have adapted, changed, new breeds, all adapted, puppies, babies being brought up or growing up on their own. They end up becoming good and surviving because of random occurrence and random events. But you'd have to look deep into that. If you saw a well-trained dog, or sorry, not a well-trained dog, if you saw a dog give its paw, lie down, roll over, you could say someone made it that way. Or you could say it learned through random occurrence of being hit on the nose or given a treat or whatever. Anyway, you have to look deeper into this. You can't just yes, on first sight you would say it's been created, but if you don't just stop there and be lazy and stop there, you can look deeper into it and go, wait a second, it hasn't been created. It's occurred over time. Anyway, and if it wasn't as finely tuned as we are, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Right. Effects and actions are random. If so, then everything you do... What? If so, then is everything you do not random? Alright. Yes and no. You... not so much random, but you have the possibility, because you believe yourself that God gave you free will, therefore there are the millions of ways to go in your life. But then you all think that because God wants you to go on this one straight path, that that's what you're going to take. Although there is another view that there's a preferred path that God would want you to take, and then you take all these little side roads that are detours and things that went wrong in your life, and then you might backtrack a little bit, but eventually you'll get to the right place, which is heaven. But still, yeah. What was I saying? Things aren't random. If they are random, do we matter as individuals? Do we affect each other? Yes, very greatly so. Look, if you're a subscriber, you'll know my other video. We affect each other greatly, and therefore we do have a responsibility to each other and to ourselves. Blah blah blah. Are we accidents? If so, then why should we believe science or others? Because if we don't, then we're just being ignorant. The reason they are, like, you've said that as if, like, individuals do matter. And hold on, right. We aren't accidents. And the reason people believe science, the reason people believe other people in power, is exactly the same reason that someone who is lost can believe in religion, believe in Christianity, and anyway, they do it because people are impressionable and they want to believe what they want to believe. If that means that they go for science, then they go for science. If that means that they go for a God that can't be proven, but they just want to go, there's an easy answer that gives you a cozy little sort of cuddly blanket, then they'll do it. Anyways, if there's no final punishment, did I say that somewhere else? I did. Then why spread? That may have been wrong. Yes, why spread atheism to Christians if in the end it means nothing? I wouldn't spread atheism to Christians or people with belief. I would support people's beliefs, as it's an easy way to have morals and an easy way to comfort them and comfort yourself through your beliefs. Anyone who would say to me, and actually there are a number of people who I do this for, they would like say, I'm not sure about sort of God or this and different things, because I used to be Christian. I don't know what to say. I would help them out, and I would either take a Christian perspective and be able to talk to them, or else put them onto someone else that I would know could help them, or just basically give them general psychological help. I would never tell them, look, don't worry about it, because you know what, he doesn't actually exist, so no bother for you. No, I wouldn't spread atheism. Although if someone else who was atheist started talking to me, I'd be happy enough. Why do I believe what I believe? Because there is no proof for God's existence, and there's so much proof against it, so and no one can study anything. Does it take faith to be an atheist? Yes, I already said that one. Order of the universe, does it take more faith to believe in God or to believe in random occurrence? More faith to believe in God. Because the only faith I have is in other people who I can see, touch, taste, smell. They're there, and they can back up what they say with evidence, and other people can back it up, and then other people can try and knock it down. And if they do, then you move on to something else. It has evidence behind it, whereas you have to have faith. In fact, that's what Christianity all based on. It's not based on evidence, it's based on faith, blind faith. Right, the supernatural accounts, yes, are all the people who've seen angels and ghosts and believe in God and all this, near-death experiences, and had miracle healings and all this sort of stuff. Are all these people delusional? I would say maybe most of them would believe in what they've seen. Obviously, there's going to be some amongst them that have lied. Sorry, I'm very tired. Yeah. I wouldn't say delusional, no. Actually, yes, I would. They would be delusional. Okay, question 12, last one. 95% of people in the world believe in a higher power. Are they wrong, or is it possible? Well, I'd have to say 95% of people don't believe in a higher power. Quite clearly they don't. I don't know where you got that figure from, but 95% of people do not believe in a higher power. First of all, how did they take any sort of count of the billion people who live in China, where you are not allowed to believe in any religion? Yes, and I have friends who go over and friends of friends, and deliver Bibles to people in China, and their secret meetings, religious meetings and stuff, and therefore they risk their lives. Also, how did you take account of the 3/4 billion people who starve in Africa, and you wouldn't go out to them with a pen and paper and say, by the way, do you believe in God or any sort of higher being? No, you'd go out there with the loaf of bread and give it to them. So yeah, 95% of people don't believe in a higher power. That's your figures are wrong there, but are they wrong to whatever percentage of people who believe it? Are they wrong? Well, from my beliefs, they are. What they believe in is wrong? No. What they believe in isn't real. Are they wrong to believe it? No. Is there a possibility? Because I would believe in science, not Scientology, that's the biggest pile of crap ever. Yes, there would be a possibility. But do I believe that possibility to be in any way likely? No. So yeah. Okay, hopefully that helped. I have no idea how long this video is. If anyone's still watching, I applaud you. I was gonna watch some of the responses to the video here. There's 11 of them. Then I saw one of them was half an hour. I decided not to. So yeah. Yeah, so hopefully that helped. Okay, I'm going to go now. Later, kids.